Hi, everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Venkat. I'm one of the leads here for Zoho CRM support. I mainly assist customers from US and the Canada regions with their questions on Zoho CRM and how they can use Zoho CRM and any other integration of Zoho applications or third-party applications as well. And it's a pleasure to meet you all virtually or to get connected to you virtually. And we are going to be discussing about how you can maximize the utility of your marketing using Zoho campaigns and how you can integrate that with your Zoho CRM. To start with, first, let us discuss about the agenda, what we will be discussing within Zoho CRM and Zoho campaigns integration. So the first thing is we have updated the integration. So if you have been using Zoho campaigns in the past, you would have already seen that there is a new update because right now you cannot integrate it directly with a particular list. You can only integrate as a whole data within Zoho campaigns. But we are going to discuss about how you can then categorize it into different types of segments and how you can achieve your business goals and how you can avoid the challenges. We are also going to be discussing about how you can set up syncing between your Zoho campaigns and Zoho CRM to understand what is a marketing contact and a non-marketing contact. And finally, in order to have these integration done effectively, how you can automate all these tasks within this integration. And finally, what we have in the roadmap for you in the upcoming quarters. So to start with, why we need an integration between Zoho CRM and Zoho campaigns. So the main thing in your business, which is an e-commerce business, is you want the audience to know what products you are selling, or if you are going to introduce a new product, or if you're going to introduce a new offer, anything like that, you want the audience to be always like announced. So in that case, you need a software that can contact with these particular audience, and also it has to contact with you as well based on the audience reaction to your emails or to your marketing strategies. So that is what the Zoho CRM and the Zoho campaigns is going to offer you. So the Zoho CRM has the sales data of your entire customer base, and the Zoho campaigns will have the marketing data. So when you connect these two, which is bridging the sales and the marketing data, you can achieve more and you can understand where exactly your customers are facing the pain points and how you can rectify it to boost your business more. And when it comes to your audience, the customers are going to be from different segments, like they can be in different demographics or they are looking for different types of products. So whenever you are introducing a new product or a new offer, you don't have to push it to the entire audience. You can then segment them based on their own preference, and then you can send out personalized emails or personalized marketing campaigns. And finally, because of this integration, you can see every data from one common point, and that is going to be your Zoho CRM. So let me show you my Zoho CRM account that I have configured for a business called as Zykin. So what Zykin does here is we provide like products like air conditioners and water heaters, and they are all listed in our products module, and the contacts are present in the contacts module. Now, in order to set up an integration, the next thing is you will have a Zoho campaigns account, and the integration is very easy. You're just going to go to Zoho CRM, click on the gear icon on the top right corner, and then you will go into Zoho under Marketplace. Just give it a few minutes. And from there, you can scroll down and then integrate using the Zoho campaigns under the Marketplace. So this is a part of the old UI of Zoho CRM. Right now, we have updated to a new UI. So let me show you the new UI. So this is the new UI for Zoho CRM, which we have recently launched. If you do not have access to it, feel free to like update us. We will have that enabled for you. Here you can directly go into Marketplace, again to Zoho, scroll down to Zoho campaigns, and then from here, you can set up the integration. And what happens here is here you can set up two types of integration, which is immediate sync, and then you have periodic sync as well, which we'll be discussing further. But before discussing about the integration, there are few topics that we have to cover within Zoho campaigns that will let you understand how you can maximize your efficiency of sending out marketing emails. So the first thing is when it comes to Zoho campaigns, the Zoho campaigns, as I mentioned earlier, is an end-to-end email sending marketing software or a marketing solution, the product. So not only it can help you with sending out marketing emails, you can also send out SMS campaigns as well. And apart from that, for the e-commerce background, we do have options for you to integrate with e-commerce platforms like Zoho Commerce, WooCommerce, and Shopify as well. So when a customer is going to visit your commerce website, and if they are going to just leave a product in a cart for a very long time, or if they are going to abandon their cart, then you can send out a series of campaign emails to follow up with them. Or if they have purchased a product already, no need to worry. You can just send them a series of emails later to find out how their experience is with the product. Is there any problem or is there anything that they are looking for furthermore? So in this way, you are not only contacting your customers based on their option, but based on their activity within your commerce as well, which we'll be looking into in our today's session. So first, we will look into what are the basic functionalities that we are having in the Zoho campaigns here. So the first thing is going to be audience and subscriber management. So as I mentioned earlier, let's consider that in my organization where I'm selling air conditioners and water heaters, I'm going to have like 200 contacts just for example. So in this 200 contacts, 100 are interested in air conditioners, while the other 100 are interested in water heaters. So in that case, if I'm going to send out a campaign only for air conditioners, I don't want my campaign to send it to the other 100 who are looking for water heaters. So in that case, what I can do is I can avoid this with the help of topics and brands within Zoho campaigns. So if you go into Zoho campaigns in here for campaigns.zoho.com, you can go to contacts and there you can create topics. So within topics, there are two types of topics. One is just brand and the second one is brand and topics. So when to choose brand and when to choose topics. If you are going to sell only one particular product, let's say I'm going to sell only air conditioners, in that case, I'll go with the brands. But if I'm going to sell multiple products, then I'll go with topics. So air conditioner will be one topic, water heater will be one topic. And again, overall, I can have marketing as another topic, and you can create all those topics in here by just clicking on add topic. So once you have created an add topic, now you may have a doubt, okay, what this topic is going to do. So what happens is whenever you are going to create an email campaign, so I'll just go with the regular email. It will ask you to assign topic to that particular campaign. So whenever an email is sent to the customer, they will be able to see in the footer to update their preference. So what they can do here is they can click on update preference and that they can see every topic that you have configured just like this. I'll show you in here. So when they click on that, it will show like this, like what are the topics relating to which you would like to receive emails. So they can subscribe to those topics alone, like yes or no or maybe, and then they can save the preference. Once they do it, then based on that topics, the Zoho CRM will Zoho campaigns will identify your audience and then it will send out email. If you have customers who are interested in water heaters, and if you are trying to send them air conditioner marketing email, Zoho campaigns will not allow you to send it. It will automatically block it. So that is how you can manage your audience, and then you can manage your subscribers. Subscribers are those who subscribe to any of these topics. And the second one is going to be about A/B testing. So whenever you are going to send out an email, you will have multiple ideas of how you want to send out an email. Let's say like you have two different types of templates in your mind. One, it is going to have completely images and videos embedded to it, and then link about the product. And the other one is going to be having a complete content which you're going to write up. Now you would like to know which one would the audience prefer better, which one would have highest interaction rate. So in that case, if you are going to send it out internally and then check it, it may take some time. Again, you have to wait for the result and then you have to send it. But it would be better if there is a software which can do it automatically. Like take two different versions of it, compare the performance of it, and based on the previous comparing, it can then decide the winner and send out the rest. So that is what Zoho Campaigns is going to do for you with the help of this A/B testing. So you can go to Zoho Campaigns in here. Let me close this. And again, go to campaigns and select email campaigns. Here, when you create a new campaign, if you have two different versions of the same campaign, go with A/B testing, create new, and here give a name to it. I'll just give it as A/B testing campaign. And then you can choose based on which parameter they are going to differ, whether it is going to be based on the subject or the sender details or the email content. So I'll just go with email content as of now, and then I'll choose the size of the test group. So I'll just go with the 2.5% of the whole group for A and B. So if I have 100 contacts on hold, 2.5 will be for the part A and 2.5 will be for the part B. And based on which parameter you would like to decide a winner, you can choose that in here, whether it is open rate, click rate, or whether you're going to decide it manually, you can choose that. Go with open rate, and I'll just give it a duration of test of 1 hour. So it is going to just test for 1 hour, where it will see whether is there a winner within this 1 hour. And once that is done, then it will automatically send the winning content as the rest of the group. So the 95% will be getting the winning version. If not, you have to decide it later, or you can decide it manually in here and then click on next. So once you have clicked on next, now you are going to do the design of the template. So I can do all that in here. So subject can be email for marketing. You'll assign a topic again. And then next. And here you need to choose one content for version A and one content for version B. And once you're done with that, I'll just choose a pre-designed template. So now I'll just choose the first one and then proceed with it. And same goes for this content B as well. And then once you're done for both content versions, you can just choose the list or segment, and then you can send it to the customers. So now what happens is for the first 1 hour, it'll keep on monitoring the open rate for these two different versions. And at the end of the first hour, based on the open rate, it'll choose a winner, and then it'll send the rest of the 90% with the winning template. So that's how you can now use this A/B testing to send out the best template that will have most interaction with the customer through this A/B testing. And also when it comes to the email builder here, or the email template builder here, when it comes to Zoho CRM, you can only add images to it. It is not possible for you to add a video, like embed a video to it. You need to have a link. But when it comes to Zoho Campaigns, the template builder of Zoho Campaigns is much more advanced, and you can add videos to it, and you can also have dynamic content as well, which is based on the information of the customer. You can choose to display messages, or you can choose to hide them as well. For example, if you go into Zoho Campaigns, library, and then email template, we can create a new one. I'll just choose a blank one. New template testing. So here, as you can see, you can just drag and drop the templates elements that you'd like to see. So you can have text, images, and if you would like to include your social media as well, you can put that too as a link. And then you have the dynamic content as well. So if you're dragging and dropping a dynamic content, let's say like I would like to show this image, then I can decide to whom I would like to show this image. If the contact email does not contains gmail.com, then I can mention I would like to show this image to other users of the organization. So what happens here is the Zoho campaigns will identify the sender email address, and it will see whether the recipient is having at gmail.com inside their email address. If so, it will then avoid them to show this particular image. If they do not have the domain as gmail.com, then it will show them this particular image. In this way, you can now choose when the image or when the content has to be shown and when the content should not be shown to the customer based on the customer information that you have stored inside Zoho campaigns. And this is only available from the campaigns in, since campaigns is much more an advanced email marketing software. I have a question here from Kat. Is it okay for us to send out cold email campaign using Zoho campaign application, regardless of its bounce rate? So Kat, when it comes to cold email campaigns, yes, you can send it through Zoho campaigns application, but you need to make sure that the customers are under the marketing segment, which we are going to discuss in the next one in the campaign management. I'll show you about that. And the next one, as I mentioned, is going to be campaign management, where you can send out multiple campaigns. Here, it can be email campaign or SMS campaign as well. And within email campaigns too, you have different types of campaigns. It can be like a regular email, A/B testing. If you are conducting an online meeting, you can then use Zoho Meeting, through which you can promote your webinar. And since you are from the commerce background, you can use e-commerce platforms where you can connect your WooCommerce or you can connect Shopify, Zoho Commerce as well. So you have it in here in the e-commerce. You can connect with any of these three different applications, and based on that as well, you can run out campaigns. So what happens here is whenever you are integrating with your commerce application, the first thing is it will put them under the contacts, and here the contacts are to be either a marketing contact or a non-marketing contact. So let's say you are purchasing a standard edition of Zoho campaigns. So the standard edition of Zoho campaigns comes with 100,000 contacts to whom you can send out emails on a monthly basis. So if your Zoho CRM is going to have more than 100,000 contacts, let's say like 200,000, in that case, you may have a doubt, how will Zoho campaigns sync it? So all the 200,000 will be synced, but again, you have to categorize them either as a marketing list or a non-marketing list. If you are going to categorize them as non-marketing list, until they are changed back to the marketing list, they cannot receive any campaigns from you. And in order to do that, it is very simple. We can go to all contacts in here, go to non-marketing contacts. You can, if you have any non-marketing contacts from here, you can choose them and convert them into marketing contacts. If not, you can go to marketing contacts. Again, choose them, change subscription type, and then you can have them as non-marketing as well. This is how you can manage your marketing. And I have a question here from Nishta. Is it safe for the domain to send cold emails? Yes, Nishta, like if you have authenticated your domain within Zoho campaigns using domain authentication, it is completely safe, but you need to make sure that it is authenticated. But again, if the customer, like while sending a Zoho campaigns, you will always be having a step called as send for review. So we from Zoho campaigns will automatically review it in the backend, whether the content that you have is allowed, and only then we will proceed. We will allow you to proceed with the campaign. If it is not, we will throw an error automatically. So it is completely safe for the domain to send cold emails. So apart from campaign management, as I mentioned, you can also connect with your e-commerce software as well, where you can connect with Zoho Commerce, WooCommerce, and Shopify. So whenever a customer comes into your WooCommerce website or commerce website, and they are going to, let's say like they are going to check out a product, and after checkout, they will provide their informations like email address, and there you will have them whether they would like to subscribe for your newsletters, marketing newsletters or not. If they are going to select it, that will be synced automatically within Zoho campaigns. So it is not needed for you to every time come inside Zoho campaign and sync it. Zoho campaign will automatically identify it. It will sync inside Zoho campaigns and it will keep on sending emails. And also, once the sync is done, apart from the contacts and the contact detail, it will also sync the product as well. So based on the product, in future, you can plan some campaigns too. And whichever contact have purchased that product will fall under that product topic, and then respective campaign will be sent to them. And finally, all these will be managed inside Zoho campaigns, and you can see every reports under here in the report section, where you can view all the types of reports that we have for you. And then you can export these reports as well to find out what is the exact real-time analytics. So now when it comes to the Zoho campaigns and Zoho CRM integration, the first thing everyone has a question here is Zoho CRM a part of, sorry, is Zoho campaigns a part of Zoho CRM subscription? Because when you go inside Zoho CRM, and if you see inside the modules, the first thing you can look in here is you will automatically see a campaigns module in here. So what they think is the campaigns comes along Zoho CRM, but no, this campaign is completely different from Zoho campaigns. This is an inbuilt module within Zoho CRM. If you are having any offline campaigns as well, if you're going to send out mass emails, yes, you can do that. In case, if you are going to integrate your Zoho campaigns with Zoho CRM, then while creating campaign, you can choose what type of campaign you want to create, whether it is an offline campaign or Zoho campaigns. And once you have integrated that, then instead of jumping into your campaigns and doing all the process, you can do that from one common place, which is Zoho CRM. So as you can see here, you can choose the recipients from here. You can add the recipients. You can associate list or topic. You can send for review, and then you can send the campaigns as well. And one more thing here is when it comes to Zoho CRM campaigns module, you can have a pre-initiative done before sending out the campaign. So you can see what is the actual cost of this campaign, what is the budgeted cost for this campaign, and then you can also find out what is the entire outcome, what is the return of investment. So all those information will be available for you within Zoho CRM, which is not available by default within Zoho campaigns. You can create lists from both the ends. You can create and send emails from both the ends. But when it comes to automation, the automation can be done only from the Zoho campaigns end, not from the Zoho CRM end. So that's the basic difference between Zoho campaigns and CRM campaign module. I have a question here from Nishta. Products and cards can be varied or even many in number. Can we make a common email for something left in cart? Yes, Nishta, by default, once you set up the integration, you will be able to see an option called as abandon cart. So you can click on that abandon cart and you can set up a series of email to send out if the customer is going to abandon the cart, saying, hey, the product is left on cart. Would you like to come back and order? So all those can be done using this integration. So now let us get into how you can integrate your Zoho CRM and your Zoho campaigns in here. So when it comes to the integration, there are 4 steps that you need to follow to make sure that the integration is set up right. The first one is going to be defining the strategy where you are going to plan what is the exact thing you are trying to achieve using this integration or using this campaign, and to whom it should go, what would be the content. So all those is going to be defining the strategy. And then you're going to have deploying Zoho campaign settings, where we are going to find out how you need to make sure that your campaigns is all ready to send out a campaign, or how the domain authentication is done, whether the list is done perfectly, topic and brands, are those done perfectly? And then if there is any CRM customization needed, then we are going to do the same customization as Zoho campaigns, so that the flow of data or the sync of data is done perfectly. And finally, we are going to deploy the sync by initiating the configuration, doing the field mapping, and then clicking on the initiate button. So defining the strategy. So the first thing, as I mentioned earlier, is going to be brand versus product topic. So this is very easy. If you are selling multiple products, I would suggest you to go with the product topic hierarchy. If you are going to sell only one product, you can go with the brand hierarchy. So as I mentioned earlier, you can just go to your Zoho campaigns, contacts, and then manage topics in here. And even if you have multiple products, and if you want to group them under one multiple topics, if you want to group them under one product, let's say like I have a marketing email, I have a promotion email campaign. So all those will be two different topics, but those two different topics are for only one common product called as air conditioners. So whenever my customer is going to choose air conditioner as the product, then they will receive every email associated to that one. So it is very easy. You can just click on group topics under a product. You can give a product name. I'll just give it as water heaters. And then save it. So now all these three different topics are grouped under one common product. And then you can add another product in here, air conditioners. And then to this particular product, I can add another topic as well. So in this way, you can decide whether it is going to be only a brand based or it is going to be product and topic based. Then comes the list or segment. So once the integration is done within Zoho campaigns, you will have the entire contact information or the entire information from your CRM. But again, you're not going to send out the campaigns to the entire set. You're going to send it only to a concentrated set. And how to categorize that concentrated set? It is done with the help of list or segment. So what list or segment within Zoho campaign does here is they will segregate your contact based on the criteria that you're going to provide. And again, you will have a doubt, okay, but again, it seems like the same concept. List and segment are going to have two different contact set based on my criteria, but still why you need two different topics for it. So when it comes to list is something that has to be created manually. And if you are going to change in future, if you're going to add new contacts in future into your Zoho CRM, it will not be synced into the list unless you add it manually. But when it comes to segments, segments can dynamically filter data based on the sync, and then it will keep on adding them into the segment until they satisfy the criteria. And if they're not satisfying the criteria, the list will not exclude them, but the segment will exclude them automatically. So in order to create a list, you will go to contacts, click on manage list, and then here you can create a list. And as you can see, I'll give a list called as AC list. And then I can add contacts automatically, or I can import them, or I can create a sign up for them as well. But in case of segments, whenever I'm creating a new segment, I'll give segment as Seattle contacts. So I'll do it based on the predefined fields of CRM, city, Seattle, and then save it. So now anytime a contact is going to have their city defined as Seattle within Zoho CRM or within your Zoho campaigns will be automatically included to this. And in future, if you're going to change their city from Seattle to any other option, then automatically they will be removed from this segment and they will be added only when it is changed again in future. So in this way, segment can identify the change in value dynamically and keep on updating the set. But whereas the list cannot do that, the list can do it only when you are going to do it manually. So that is going to be the major difference between list and segment in here. And now, as I mentioned earlier, you have to have them as marketing or non-marketing contacts. So you are going to mention whether they are ready to receive emails from you or not. If not, you can then choose the non-marketing for now, and then in future you can convert them. And that is how you're going to define the subscription process. And this is the first step, which is defining the strategy. So once the strategy is defined, the next step is to check and deploy the settings. And for that, first you need to do the domain authentication. So for the domain authentication, you will go to setup in here in your Zoho campaigns. And then here you will go to, I'm sorry, deliverability, and there you can click on domain authentication. So whenever you have a domain in here, you need to make sure that the SPF and the DKIM records are added into your domain settings, which is the DNS settings. Once that is added, then the Zoho CRM, sorry, Zoho campaigns will allow you to send out campaigns. In case if you have not set up a domain authentication, Zoho campaigns will not allow you to send out email campaigns because that has high risk of blacklisting your domain. So that is why we always make sure that domain authentication is done and it is mandatory for now. I have another question here from Nishta. Lists have an option to add contact existing and new. So that feature doesn't work. It will add, but once you change it, it will not remove it until you remove it manually. But whereas segments can identify the change dynamically, it can add new and existing contacts and also remove them as well. So that removal part is not available in the list. No worries. There is a sync, there is flow of data. So you need to make sure that the data is flowing properly and it has the perfect fields available within the CRM side, within Zoho campaign side as well. Let's say you have 4 different fields in Zoho CRM, which you would like to bring into Zoho campaigns. But for that, you need to first allocate fields. And for that, you can go to customization, custom fields, and then you can create fields from here manually. In case if you have those fields available within accounts module, it is very easy. Just enable this checkbox. So it will create all those account fields. It is already present inside Zoho CRM by default inside Zoho campaigns. And the next thing is going to be your compliance settings, where if your organization is following GDPR or HIPAA complaints, yes, we support that as well. You can just enable the GDPR and the HIPAA settings. So in future, if you are going to handle the customer contacts or customer information, Zoho campaigns will ask you to get the consent from the customer. Without the consent, it will not allow you to process those data. And in case of HIPAA settings, if you are going to integrate with third party, like as Haider was asking, like as Haider had a question earlier through Zapier, then only if you provide information or if you provide the HIPAA complaints, the data will be shared through the third party based on the compliance settings in here. And after all this is done, the final one is going to be about setting up workflows and email automations and sign up pages. So once the fields are done, once you are ready to set up your campaigns, you need to make sure first any follow-ups that you need should be done to the customer on a periodical basis. And if you are going to do that manually, it is going to take a lot of time because you are sending out campaigns to hundreds or thousands of contacts on a daily basis. So in order to manage that, you can make use of workflows within Zoho's campaigns. You can just go to automations, and here you can create workflows. As you can see, I have created a 10-day welcome series workflow where if they are going to submit any form or if they are going to be added into a list, I'll just wait for 1 day. I'll send a message for them. So all these are very easy. What you're going to do is you're just going to drag and drop those options. If they're going to submit a form, then here I'll go to send out an email. I'll just drag and drop to connect this from here. I'll just delete this one. Let's cut this one. You can just connect them. You can create a message. And based on the outcome of that as well, you can push data into Zoho CRM or you can create task as well. If you feel that once they satisfy this workflow, if they have to go to another workflow, then you can do that as well from move to another workflow. So in this way, you can automate this entire thing. And if you have created a successful workflow, then you will see another option called as autoresponder in here. like this. I'll show in here. Here it is, autoresponders. So what autoresponder does here is based on the interaction of the customer. Like let's say you're going to send out an email saying, hey, welcome. These are all the products that we have. Would you like to know more about it? And if the customer is going to reply to that, then it is not required for you to check out the reply. Autoresponder will do it automatically. Based on the reply, it will then post the next follow-up message. If they're not going to reply, you can configure another follow-up message. So all these automations are available within Zoho campaigns, and you have to make sure these are all set up before sending out your campaigns in the first place. And finally, coming to the sign-up forms, you can create sign-up forms which can be hosted in your website. So it's very easy. You can just click on create form. You can choose a template that is already available with this, or you can create your own templates as well. And once the sign up form is created, you can just open it. It will have the embed code. You can get any type of code. It can be a website code, WordPress code. It can be a QR code as well. So you can put this into your website. So if the customer is going to fill up this sign up form, they will be automatically added into your marketing list, and they will be receiving your marketing emails in that way. So it is not needed for you to add them inside your Zoho CRM or Zoho campaigns manually. So once all these is done, next we are going to do the syncing and do the mapping of the fields. So as I mentioned earlier, you will go to setup. And if you're in the old UI, you'll go to marketplace and Zoho. If you're in the new UI, you can click on marketplace directly. Zoho campaigns, here you can integrate it. Then you can click on sync now. It will take you to your Zoho campaigns, where you can choose which module you're going to sync. I'll go with the contacts module. What should be the mailing list? Whether it is a non-marketing or a marketing type. If you want to choose topic for them, yes, you can choose it. And then if you want to exclude opt-out contacts, remove opt-out, you can enable that and then click on next. And here you will do the mapping as I mentioned earlier. So always make sure that you have proper fields set up inside campaigns as well to map them accordingly. And right now we have extended this mapping not only for the contacts, you can also pull their information from the deals and the companies as well. And then click on initiate. And once you click on initiate, the sync will be initiated. And once the sync is done, you'll be able to see this sync in the sync history. So all those contacts will be pulled inside your Zoho contacts. In case if you are looking for this to be done on a frequent basis, yes, this will be done on a frequent basis once the configuration is active until you stop it. But if you feel like you want to immediately do it, that is also very easy. You can go to setup in here in your Zoho campaigns, integration and apps. And from here, you can view the details and you can again reinitiate the sync. Since the sync is right now happening, you'll not be able to see it. You can then immediately sync it as well. So it is that easy for you to now set up the sync between Zoho CRM and Zoho campaigns. And once that is done, as we mentioned earlier, you can create campaigns and you can send it to the customers. So this is how the screen looks like, as I mentioned earlier. And because of this integration, you will get multiple reports, and all these reports can be created inside Zoho CRM. So you can go to your Zoho CRM in here, go to the reports module, and that by default will provide you with campaign reports. If you are looking to create your own report, you can just choose the contacts module and any related campaign information as well. And then you can create your own reports as well within Zoho CRM. But whereas if the integration is not present, you have to see the data separately in two different screens. But once the integration is done, you can see all this data under one common screen, and you can set up your follow-ups. You can see how well the deal is performing, and all those data can be pulled inside your Zoho CRM. In case if you have integrated with your WooCommerce or Zoho Commerce or any commerce platforms, if you go into Zoho campaigns, click on e-commerce in here, just show in the other screen. Yeah. You can see the entire revenue. and how much revenue was generated via Zoho campaigns alone. So all these information will be synced inside your Zoho campaigns. So as I mentioned earlier, because of this Zoho campaigns integration, you will be able to see a completely new campaigns module view using where you can design your campaigns, you can create tags and set up automation workflows as well. And some of the best practices that we would suggest you to do is like to have automations done within your Zoho campaigns so that it is not required for you to do it manually. The automation will take care of entire thing. And instead of sending automatic email campaigns to the lead that have responded, you can set up auto responders in here. And finally, when it comes to Zoho CRM, you can make use of scoring rules and then find out which lead has highest probability of getting converted into a deal. For example, if you go into your Zoho CRM in here, setup and scoring rule, research scoring rule. So you can create a scoring rule in here, and that you can include your campaigns as well. If they have opened an email, you can give them 10 points. If the email got bounced, you can subtract 10 points. So all these can be done. And finally, based on this, you can search in the score in here, and then you can filter out your contacts as well. Is greater than 10. And then you can concentrate on only those contacts that is satisfying this criteria, and then concentrate on this only on these contacts alone. So what happens here is instead of working on huge number, you are now narrowing down the numbers to a very small one, which will be easy for you to increase your productivity as well. So in some of these topics that we have discussed, a few of them are the recent functions like adding topics, setting up a sync flow for the entire data, and then dividing them into marketing and non-marketing ones. And finally, if there is any topic conflicts, then Zoho campaigns will not allow you to send it. For example, if they have chosen air conditioners, if you are trying to send them marketing emails about water heaters, it will not allow you to send out emails about water heaters.